Oh.
Hi, this is Emily.
Welcome, and this is Percy. We wanted to talk about something interesting today, which actually came from an experience that I had last night. The topic here is when you are relating to another person. Are you thinking in terms of a performance? Are you thinking in terms of connection? Basically, to give you the context, last night I went on a double date with a very wonderful woman. One thing that we decided to do, it was her idea, she has great ideas, but how about I give them lap dance lessons? I will not describe to you where that idea came from, but it was a great idea and it was a wonderful date idea. So if you're looking for something interesting to do on a date, that's a good one, lap dance lessons.
I think you need to be giving lap dance lessons on video, or we should start a club for lap dancing.
Well, that might be a good idea. So we might have the start of that right here if you stay tuned. I talked with them about it and how they felt about lap dancing or giving lap dancing, or how these people felt about dancing in general. General feedback was, oh, dancing makes me very uncomfortable, and the idea of giving a lap dance makes me feel even more uncomfortable. And started to ask about why that was. The reason is because you're being watched and you feel like you have to perform. You have to do a certain thing and evoke a certain response from the other person. When there are things that make me nervous, and I think that's the same reason why it makes someone nervous to go up and talk to the barista at the coffee shop, or to go spot out that guy that you want to meet and say hello to him, or simply go on a first date, getting nervous before a first date, getting nervous before a job interview. You're thinking about it as a performance, something that you have to do to impress someone else. When I have something that I'm nervous to do, I mentally change it from the thing that I'm nervous about to something that doesn't make me nervous. In the context of, let's say, a lap dance, because that was the context of last night, someone might be nervous about giving a lap dance to someone. However, these people are in a relationship, they're probably not too nervous about or having sex with one another. I'm gonna assume that's the case. If you're thinking about sex as performance, then that might make one nervous. But if you're thinking about sex as connection, as a conversation, an opportunity for you to really connect, connection isn't something that's nervous, isn't something that is intimidating or anything like that. That's a two-way street. Connection is a two-way street. Performance is a one-way street. I'm doing something and trying to get a response from you.
And oftentimes that's what sex ends up becoming, and that's what makes it boring, because okay, can I give her an orgasm? Can I orgasm? Can we orgasm at the same time?
Right.
Can I hold on enough? Can I last long enough? Will my erection last long enough?
Yeah, and we know what that does. So
yeah, we're just totally disconnected when that happens.
Right.
When is this going to be over with so I could get back to doing the laundry?
Right, exactly. And so if you're going up and talking to someone, you feel like you have to entertain them versus you genuinely want to connect. What is one thinking? So we can give this example of a lap dance. The beginning of the lap dance, we're not going to go through a whole thing, sorry, but later we might just do that. If we get enough likes on here and enough requests to do an actual lap dance lesson, hey, we might be able to do that.
So tell us in the comments.
Tell us in the comments if you actually want that. We can do that. But right now,
I've never done a lap dance, so I'm a new student here.
So right now, we're going to demonstrate the principle of connection versus performance in the context of a lap dance. They apply anywhere from starting a conversation to a sexual act, but we're going to do something in the middle, which is a lap dance. Gonna cue a little bit of music, and I'll demonstrate to you what I'm thinking and what I'm doing that, for me, makes this into connection rather than performance. It's a principle of just being present, getting present and being here, and being totally honest and curious about the other person, and bringing about a connection rather than getting a certain response.
I'm excited to learn, Percy. We didn't practice this, so we'll see how this is.
One of my favorites, which is Prince, The Beautiful Ones. Very sensual song.
Okay, what am I supposed to be doing here?
Okay, so you can sit in the seat here.
Okay.
All right. So I'm just listening to the music, and basically what I'm doing is I'm making myself comfortable and present. And while I'm doing that, I'm not thinking of anything that I have to do for her, but I am really just holding eye contact and I'm getting comfortable in my own body, getting relaxed, and just seeing what happens for me. I'm looking and I'm appreciating what I see. And I see a lot of curiosity there, a lot of like a little bit of nervousness, but some good like self-energy. And at a certain moment, I'm gonna feel like coming over close to her. And that's just what's going to happen if I'm really paying attention and really being present in my body.
And I'm like, come here,
Right.
I'm ready to receive, I'm ready to surrender.
Right, so I see that. And then what comes next is whatever parts of me want to be expressed. So there may be a part of me that wants to put a hand on a shoulder. But Prince, gosh, what a genius.
You get the idea. Okay,
Oh my
so
goodness.
let's continue.
So right,
Make sure
so
you do that camera shot.
at a certain point, a part of me is going to want to walk over. So I'm just going to allow that part of me to walk over and be comfortable in my body and see what parts of me come up next. What do I want to do? Do I want to put a hand on her shoulder? And you'll notice what's happening is that we're connecting. I'm not even dancing at this point. I'm just moving and seeing what my body wants to do.
And I just got a big smile on my face because I'm digging his energy.
Right. So when you think of dancing as dance, that feels like performance. When you think of it just as movement, all I'm doing is moving, and I am also allowing parts of me to do what they want to do, and I'm curious about what parts are coming up in her. And so if I see her getting timid, I might step back a little bit and let her know that it's safe. And she feels like I'm getting her. I'm not basically bulldozing what her needs are. I am getting an implicit mutual sense of consent that it's okay for us to be here. And then, it might get a little bit uncomfortable, and then I'll create tension, and then I might get a sense that she wants me to come back, and I'll come a little bit closer, and she might want more, but I might tease her a little bit. And we've got some audience here. That's great. Lap dance lessons. Are you interested?
Come and listen to us while we're on Facebook Live.
All right. Love it. So basically, what is happening in the mindset here is I am thinking about really connecting to where I am in the moment and being comfortable with who I am. And then once I'm comfortable in my body, I'm going to see how do I want to relate to her. And that's just the principle of connection rather than performance. There's nothing that I have to do, nothing that I'm trying to get from her, but I really just want to connect, and I'm appreciating how I am interacting with her, how my energy is interacting with her energy, how my parts, if you will, in IFS language are interacting with her parts. We take it and guide it from there. Because this is kind of a philosophical, a mindset, just a mindset shift that can help bring you out of the sense of nervousness and performance to the sense of comfort and connection. Because we're here to build comfort and connection here, not to perform or get anything or do anything in particular.
Or even when one partner is more the person that likes to dance, and the other partner's like, oh, I don't like the way I look on the dance floor. I've been judged in the past, maybe at the junior high school dance. So that younger part then gets mixed into the adult self. And I think that's why when you go to weddings and big parties, not everyone is dancing. It's a lot of women that are usually dancing, and maybe at some rare party, there's a lot of men that's dancing. So that's really being concerned about performance. Am I going to be judged? That's not about being centered and in your spirit and looking into another person's eyes and just moving your body.
She's got it. You're a quick study here.
Ah,
I think you already know what you're doing. Yeah. More on this later, but one thing that I also noticed that's about lap dance versus dancing is that there is a clear delineation of roles here, and it can switch. It could be either direction. She could be giving me a lap dance, I could be giving her a lap dance. But what we're noticing is that one person is surrendering, right, and the other person is in control and kind of being the one who's acting and working with the energy of the other person, being very conscious and mindful and deliberate about what's happening. And that's an important principle in something that is called, Tantra, Neo-Tantra. There are a lot of different versions of Tantra.
It's creating a polarity. It's creating the yin to the yang, the opposite sun to the moon.
Exactly.
So if I'm surrendering, well, if both people are surrendering, nothing's going to happen.
Nothing's going to happen. And if we're both trying to act upon one another, we're going to get into a competition here. Having the energy and the intent go in one direction is what creates a polarity or a sexual tension. And Tantra is one philosophy or mindset that is very good at creating a healthy and exciting sexual tension. So one thing that we're about to do right now is we're going to shoot a video about just the philosophy of Tantra, how that fits into sexual dynamic, how that fits into courageous vulnerability, how it can create and enhance a relationship, be it a person that you just met that you want to get to know in a conversation, or a deliberate sexual dynamic that you want to create.
Having that connection and throwing performance out the window, connection is about feeling safe and inviting your partner to feel safe, to show all the parts of who they are. So this surrendering, this is a surrendering part.
Right.
Like, okay, I'm playing this role. And the more that we could tap into the different parts of us, the aggressive, the submissive, the sexy, what other parts are there? They're like, F me now part.
Right. So there are a lot of, hey, there we go. So I guess good principle, if you find yourself in a relationship where the same thing is happening over and over, or if you find yourself in serial relationships where the same thing is happening over and over, there are most likely parts of you that are being held back, that are not being expressed. And I think the process of connection is gradually me putting a part on the table that Emily's never seen before, and her putting a part out. We're both really inviting the parts of ourselves to be seen and heard and exposed and connected with. So if there is, stagnation in your love life, there might be parts of you that aren't being expressed.
Because we get into a routine, because kids, families, careers, and we forget that.
Or generally shyness just holding back, right? You might not even be in a relationship, and you might be in a routine, and parts of you aren't being expressed. So there's more to you than the parts that are already being expressed, is what we're saying. So a lot of principles to be described, but if you have questions about any of these, this is just an iceberg, just a sample. We'd love to get questions, and we will be reading the comments.
Yeah, performance versus connection. We all want connection because that's where the juice is and that's where the joy is.
Love it.
So stay tuned for more.